I've owned this fully electric 2021 Kia Niro for a bit over a year now, and I've done a few longish road trips in it, but this trip coming up is going to be by far the longest. Starting from my home in Melbourne, I'm going to be doing a full lap of Australia, going around clockwise. I'll go through Adelaide, across the Nullarbor to Perth, then up the west coast, passing through Broome, right up to Darwin, then back down a bit to join the only sealed highway that goes across to the east coast. I might go up to Cairns if I'm still feeling like doing more driving at that point, but maybe not. And then I'll be going back down the east coast through Brisbane, the Gold Coast, and then down the Hume Highway to Sydney, through Canberra and back to home. And all up, it's going to be about a 13,000 kilometre trip, and I imagine it will probably end up being more like 14 to 15,000 by the time you factor in extra little detours and driving around local towns and cities and things. So it's going to be quite a lot of driving. And a lot of this trip is going to be very remote. So doing it in a fully electric car and a fairly basic fully electric car from several years ago will be a bit of a challenge. But Western Australia now has a pretty good charging network all along the main highway, right along their coast. So between the available DC chargers and some overnight charging at powered campsites, it should be entirely doable. It's quite common to take about a year to do this full lap, but I can't really be away from home that long. My cat gets separation anxiety and I have to come back and work at some point. So I'm hoping to do the whole thing in a bit over 2 weeks, which is a pretty tight schedule, but if I can average about 750 kilometers a day, I should be able to make it work. And hopefully, I'll still be able to see most of what I want to see, as long as it's reasonably close to the highway. And now, when my grandma heard about this trip, she wanted to join in, but the whole trip was going to be too much for her, so she's joining me from the start, but she's just doing the Nullarbor stretch with me, going basically from Melbourne to Perth, and then she'll fly home from there. But that's the plan so far. I will be filming the entire trip, so stay tuned in the coming weeks, but I'm not going to start editing the videos until I get home, and there will be a lot of footage to go through, so it might take me a little while to get those videos out. It is still a few weeks before I leave, and I've got a few busy weeks ahead getting everything prepared and doing a whole lot of work in advance because I'll be taking a few weeks off, but I'm really looking forward to the trip and it should be really good.